Welcome back, and here we are for 2-5, the last act of Chapter 2. This act is called the Cube, because we're going to be looking for a cube. Now, compared to the last mission, which mainly focuses on a boss character, this actually is a lot of kind of smaller encounters by comparison. I guess really everything in the game is a smaller encounter by comparison, so that doesn't really say much. But it's more of your standard level design, which I definitely appreciate. Oh, it is worth noting, don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but if the spiders do hit you with their little web attack, it will slow you down, so that's why I was moving a little bit slower back there. So let's pick up teammates a bit. Turn, and we'll just nuke the hell out of them. I actually managed to miss all of my teammates, so that's a plus. I'm sure if they appreciate it. You do gain the option when you beat the game to turn off AI, which can be a little bit better in some situations. You get all of the kills, which means you get all of the experience. You also don't have anyone to pick you up, but by the same token, you don't have anyone to shoot you in the back. So, personal preference. Alright. Now, I believe that we have to activate a transponder or something, because of course we do. This game just wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for pointless buttons.
Lightning en route.
Alright, some more ants, and that'll take care of those.
The cube on the visual feed.
Neither am I, Intel.
This game gets a lot more fun when you get the ability to blast things like that. And there's my teammate shooting me off of the ship because he's a dick. That's basically what it comes down to. And again, wow. He must really not like me. He's jealous of my jets. Alright, so now we get to activate the transponder. Again, summons a wave of enemies that we will then just blow to smithereens. Pick up some health while we're waiting for dialogue.
Cube disengaged when the lander was hit. Tracking.
We're not going to be coming back,
Acquired.
so feel free to pick
Activate
up all the health.
self-destruct sequence and attract a pulse, Lightning.
And again, they didn't want to let these assets go to waste, so couldn't not push the button.
Waypoint.
And we will try and nuke out the spider wave before it can even get anywhere close. Missed a few. Well, we can fix that. There we go. Spider wave down.
Routing you to the second crash site.
Just jump over that
Between
wall.
your location and that of the cube.
And I always forget, because I'm playing as the jet, that this class actually has a standard jump that doesn't use any energy. I just never feel like using it, because I can literally fly. And as you level up, your flight meter basically lasts longer and recharges quicker, which is pretty nice. I'm just going to switch to this. Oh, okay. Wait. I may have just discovered something that I didn't know before. This would be exciting if it was true. That'd be also pretty broken. Maybe not broken, but... Oh my gosh, you can do a mid-air dodge. How is that not the best thing in the world? Besides, like chocolate and puppies, the musical works of Weird Al Yankovic probably take precedence over a mid-air dodge. It takes a lot of energy to do too, but I had no idea that you could do that. That's fantastic. Be doing that for the rest of this time. Because that's... Maybe it's not faster, but it sure does look cooler than my regular one. Alright. Taking out 100 hectares. I'm not sure if I should be proud or sad of that achievement, but either way, we did it, guys. We got there. Let's go for 101. As I miss every single shot. Using this just to be a little bit kinder to my teammates. Damage, of course, is a little bit lower, but they won't get caught up in the blast as much. Just because I don't want to worry about reviving them, and I prefer not to kill them, but it really doesn't make a difference either way, I guess. So as you can see, this is an appropriate climax for a chapter. A lot of enemies, kind of right from the get-go. Some higher profile ones. And we're going to see a few more coming up. And actually an area that at first is pretty stressful, but is very similar to the predation level. And again, produces a pretty entertaining encounter. Again, kind of a pain on higher difficulties, especially if you don't have the weapons if you didn't grind out the weapons like you need to. You can see if your bar starts to get reload, you can switch to another weapon, so that way you'll stop reloading, and it won't continue to drain the energy, so you can recharge it a bit. Just another way of avoiding it. There's a tank here, if you want it. We don't. We are basically using a tank turret for our gun anyway, so we wouldn't even want to bother we'd get another layer of health. I think almost every time I play this level that I skip it anyway. It can be nice for what we have to deal with up ahead, but on the higher difficulties, I seem to recall that it doesn't last as much, or it's just not as good as you would like it to be. I don't know. Remember one time, there were 2 people in my class who had the same jacket, and one of them lost it, and I think the other one picked it up thinking it was his, and used the description like, yeah, it was slightly smaller than you would want it to be. He's like, that is the best Lost and Found poster in the world. Except for, I don't know, Lost and Found, Picasso art, I don't know. I'm using best in the world as hyperbole here. I need to cut down on that. It's literally the worst thing I could do. So we are dealing with 3 anthills here. Basically, you want to start with the one towards here, because there are 2 over there. Clear out any ants that will stop you. Get behind it so you have a little bit of cover. As you can see, that was pretty close. If these ants actually posed a larger threat to us, we'd be in a bit of trouble right now. But they don't, so we can just bomb them from the air. And they are going to be dropping health packs for us as we go along, so we don't have to worry too much about the damage that we've taken, but it would be good to keep that in mind. I think this gun is actually large enough to split the difference. Oh, it is. That is, again, fantastic. So, set up this one. The other one's down, so we don't have to worry about anything. I thought I saw 1 dot on the radar, but I guess not. So, set up the other one, and that will open a 4th one over here. So be prepared for that to come up. Pretty much right where this guy's standing. Yep. See, again, if you know the positioning, if you know the timings, not too bad. And my teammate, I'll count on him to revive that guy. See, he's fine. No need to worry about it. No need to talk about who team killed who here. It's not important. Alright, and now, see, even just that part on its own, on Inferno difficulty with a level 6 instead of 7 weapon, can be manageable, but not ideal. It could take quite some time to be able to work down one of the hills, and then you have to work down the surrounding ants before the hill's able to respawn, so kind of obnoxious, but not too terrible. And again, I could be showing this on Inferno, but I wanted to keep the videos a little bit shorter for pretty much no particular reason. I just don't think I'd have enough to talk about in this game if I were to be like, yep, and now I'm shooting 20,000 ants instead of 15,000. I am going to get one of them up. As you'll see, it's going to be important to have somebody to draw some aggro for me later, so might as well. Start using a bit of a smaller blast weapon. It's more precise, it only explodes a lot instead of everywhere. Alright, so here we get into the meat and potatoes of this section. So we've got a mantis over here, and I believe that they're going to be joined by a bomber spider. If not now, yep, there he is. Alright, so we have our 2 teammates on the mantis over there. We have 2 bomber spiders over here, both within range of each other. So we're going to nuke down these spiders. Again, these guns are just too good. They're too good for this difficulty, so that's why we're having such little trouble cutting through them. But I'm okay with this. Because pretty much this is the strategy that you want to adopt if you're dealing with this at a higher difficulty. You just want to let your teammates take care of the mantis for a little while you take on bomber spiders. Then, once those are down, come over, pretty much guarantee that you're going to want to pick up some health for them if you're playing on a difficulty that's equal to your damage output. And then you just come and mop up the mantises. So, nothing too tricky. Well, nothing too tricky as it looks right here, but actually can be a major pain.
Area secure.
Alright. And that takes care of those. So let's pick up the weapon crates on our way.
Good afternoon.
And missed the last one. Oh well. So, as you can see, some more gear. I'll catch you guys next time for the introduction to Act 3.